Hi everyone, welcome to Book Boop. My name is Rachel and welcome to another one of my mini vlogs where I just give you a life update of how my week's been as well as what I have been up to in reading. I hope you have had a great week. How are you? Let me know down below what you've been up to, what you've been reading, just how you're doing. I am currently doing great right now because as of like a couple minutes ago, my vacation has officially started. All next week, my husband and I are taking off to work. My parents, sorry, my doggo, my parents are taking our daughter for an entire week. So not only are we off work, but we're also won't have to parent for an entire week. I'm very excited. We're just doing a staycation. We're not going anywhere. Sorry, there's some kids outside, so my dog's getting all upset about it for some reason. So we're so excited to just have some time off just to be able to relax. We're gonna try to get the kitchen painted. We're gonna try to paint the kitchen cabinet, just something we've been wanting to do for years. But other than that, like, we're gonna like play video games and watch things we want to watch. I'm gonna read a lot. Hopefully play some card games and board games. We're gonna go do some shopping. I think we're gonna go to McKay's, which is this massive secondhand bookstore that I've been to once, and it's amazing. My husband's never been, so I think we're gonna go do that. It's just gonna be a really fun, chill week. I'm gonna vlog and pretty positive the whole week, so look forward to that. I'm gonna create a week-long reading vlog, and you can follow along with me with what we've been doing and everything, and it's just gonna be a really fun, chill week. Work has been good this week, thankfully. I was worried it was going to be crazy stressful because I was packing 2 weeks worth of work into 1 week so that I could take off work. And actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It actually went by pretty easily and was pretty easy to get through. And now I can just like lift that weight off my chest, at least right now. And I adore my job. I love my job and I love what I get to do. But it is nice to be able to take some time off and have that kind of extra stress or extra just sort of like responsibility lifted off me for at least like a week. It's going to be fantastic. Also, I got some glasses in this week unexpectedly. I wasn't expecting to get in yet. This is one pair. Can't decide if I like them or not because they are like really dark and big and like, hey, I'm wearing glasses. I wanted to show you the other pair I got though too. I think these are my favorite out of the two that I got, but I really like these. They have like dark brown at the top and then they fade to like a light brown or light gray at the bottom, and they're really comfortable. These kind of pinch a little bit, but I like both of them. I'll leave these on for now. So it's been a good week and I'm very excited about vacation. We've also gotten to watch some Halloween stuff. We watched Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2, which are two of my favorite Halloween movies. They're amazing. If you've not watched them, please watch them. They're on Disney+. We also watched the Headless Horseman cartoon, the old cartoon that Disney made, and it's way longer than I remember. And I was afraid it was going to scare my daughter, but she loved it. Actually, it was really funny. There were a lot of really funny moments in it, so we were just giggling through most of it. Also, Bing Crosby is the one that narrates it, and I adore Bing Crosby. So that just made me so happy. It made me feel so nostalgic because it just makes me think of White Christmas, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. So anyways, it's been good. It's been a great week. Let's go ahead and talk about what I've been reading this week. So what I had started reading when I talked to you last was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and I have since finished it. My goodness, you guys, this was my first experience with an adult horror book, and it was intense. Probably not as intense as a lot of other horror books are, so this might have been a good like entryway into some horror, adult horror, but it had some pretty intense moments in it. If you haven't heard of this book before, it follows a group of housewives in the late 80s and early to mid 90s who have created this book club where they get together and they like to read true crime novels, kind of like put some spice in their lives. I felt very much like on a spiritual level with these wives because, you know, housewives, women who take care of their kids and their husbands and everything, like they work really hard and they do a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff they do goes unnoticed. Not that I'm saying that what I do goes unnoticed. It's that feeling of you're constantly working, you're constantly trying to clean everything and take care of your family, and you want to take care of everyone, and a lot of times that work goes unnoticed. And so I just kind of like really felt for these women. But anyway, so they have this group, and then one day a vampire moves into a house down the street and they have to protect their families, and it sounds just about as amazing as that sounds. It's really fun. Definitely had some dark, creepy moments. There's a lot of trigger warnings in this book. There is pet death, there is familial death and mourning. There is rape, thankfully not happening on the page. We were told about it after the fact, so thankfully we don't experience it as it happens, but it's still there. There is a lot of horror and gore. There's this part that has some really terrifying animals in it that try to like eat you alive. Anyways, there's some creepy stuff in this book, but it was really fun in the way that a horror book can be fun. And I did enjoy it a lot. So it was my first Grady Hendrix, and now I want to read more. So that one was a great way to start off October. Today, I finished A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, which I do not have anymore because I handed it off to one of my friends who actually was the one that let me borrow it. She had it from the library first, and she so kindly handed it to me to read. So I finished up real quick and took it back to her today. But if you haven't heard of A Deadly Education before, it is a book about a magical school where students go to the school and they're there for an entire 4 years, and you either graduate or you die. Hence why it's called A Deadly Education. This book was an interesting one because it was really hard to get into. I have read one Naomi Novik book before. It was Uprooted, and I didn't like it, which I know is against what a lot of other people say. A lot of people really love Uprooted a lot. It's supposed to be Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it's very loosely a retelling. But I didn't like it very much at all. It was a slog to me. And honestly, this book was a slog too. It was written with a lot of world building, which it was a fascinating world. The magic system, the school, the politics, like all of it was really interesting. But the way it was told was, first of all, a lot of world building was kind of plopped on you constantly, honestly, for the entirety of the book. And we're inside the main character's head the whole time. And so it's very stream of consciousness the way it's written. So it tends to meander a lot. There's random flashbacks of like her thinking of something that happened in her past all of a sudden. And there's just a lot of world building, and it's a slog. It is a slog to read. However, I stuck with it because, again, I was fascinated by the world. I was fascinated by the magic system, the school, everything they were having to face at the school. I really liked the main character. She was very like snarky and sarcastic, which personally I love that in characters, especially main characters. I love that kind of voice. So it was a lot of fun to read in that sense, but it was hard to get through. So I would say if the premise sounds interesting to you and you start it and you're like, ooh, this is a lot, push through it. Just push through it, because once I got to the end, I was like, I actually enjoyed this book. Because at first I wasn't sure if I was enjoying it, and part of me kind of wanted to quit because I was like, this is hard. This is a difficult read, but I'm glad I pushed through. So I finished that one today. So woohoo, another one down, and a new release at that. That one just came out, I think September 29th. So hey, keeping up with the times. After that, I have now started The Devouring Gray by Christine Herman. I think that's the author's name. The only thing I know about this one, it is like a small town story, and it's very Stranger Things-esque. There's magic involved. There's some dark creature in the woods involved. And I love Stranger Things, so I'm all about it. So I started that today too. I'm only 2 chapters in, so I can't really say if I'm liking it or not yet, because I'm still trying to figure out who the characters are and what on earth is going on. But it's good. I like it okay so far, and I'm interested to read more, and hopefully I can get through it quickly and move on to another book, because I've got 9 books to read this month. Anyways, that's how I'm doing right now. I hope you're doing great. I'm looking forward to putting together a vlog for you all and just showing you all my week of vacation and what I'm up to, what I'm reading, what happens, just the good times that happen in this household. Not that we're very much homebodies. We don't go do a whole lot of things. So it's probably going to be a lot of sitting around in my pajamas reading, to be honest, which sounds amazing. That's my idea of a good time. Let me know down below how your week's been again, and what you've been reading, and just what's up. And I hope to chat with you all very soon. Bye.